Hello, Savannah Morning News and Do Savannah viewers. I'm Heather Henley, editor of Do Savannah, and we are here backstage at Trustees Theater with best-selling author Diana Gabaldon. Diana, thank you so much for talking to us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Now, you are minutes away from giving your sold-out opening address at the Savannah Book Festival. Now, did you know this sold out in minutes and you crashed the festival website? Well, your fans crashed. Yes. Well, to start off, I'd like to talk a little bit about time. So, you wrote the first in the Outlander series in the late 80s. And here we are in 2018, and among many writing projects, you're working on the 9th book in the series. So how has that passage of time, just in the world and your own personal life, how would you say that's affected your writing?
Well, I have gotten more used to writing fiction and so forth, and so I recognize my own rhythms and what's happening in a book, and it's fairly predictable. I don't write with an outline, I don't write in a straight line. Consequently, I have a lot of little odd pieces to start with that aren't really connected to anything. But I do research while I'm writing and things, and the research stimulates other scenes, and then I'll be writing a scene and think, oh, I need to know how this happened, and so I will go back to the research. It's this very circular sort of thing. And so I feel the rhythm, and sometimes, coming into it, I will write a scene and think there's something wrong with this, and then I realize, oh, it's that I've chosen the wrong person to tell this scene. It belongs to the other person. And see, I recognize that instantly, whereas before I would not know what was wrong with it, just that there was something wrong with it. So, you get more used to your own quirks, I guess, is the answer.
Nice. Well, talking about the writing process, you share a lot of excerpts while you're currently working on your blog. Now, how would you say those change from when you share them, the excerpts, to the finished product that your readers see?
They don't usually change very much. I wouldn't put up anything in public that I didn't think was pretty much fit for human consumption. In other words, when I'm working on something, I don't write rough drafts and revise. I just fiddle continuously while I work. And when I'm done with a scene, I am usually done with it. And if I think there might be something wrong with it, I certainly don't put it up in public. So anytime I do put things up, they're fairly carefully chosen. They have to be interesting and compelling, and have something in them that is interesting. It's not just people talking about nothing. But at the same time, you don't want to put in major spoilers or give away major plot points.
Of course.
Nor suggest anything that people will get the wrong idea about. Talking all over social media. She's going to do this. Because that's not what I'm doing at all. So I'm fairly careful about what kind of clips I show them.
Sure. Well, talking about the storyline and considering our location, you've added Savannah to your character's storyline and brought them here. What made you choose the city?
History. A lot of it happened here.
Yeah.
And while it's mostly the Civil War that you see on the ground at the moment, the American Revolution had a number of things happen here. In fact, as you no doubt know, the city was under siege twice during the American Revolution. First, it belonged to the Americans, and the British sailed up the river with a number of warships and took it away. Like that, it was not a problem to them. The Americans had 800 men in the militia, and they marched out to face the British Army, and were just bagged in the swamp. But 2 years later, the Americans came back with 8,000 men and a lot of cannon, and Casimir Pulaski, who was the commandant of all of the Continental Army's force, and so he brought the entire cavalry.
So plenty to mine there.
So they decided to try and take it back, and so we had the second siege of Savannah. That didn't work out too well for the Americans either, partly because there were 2 British batteries, and General Pulaski said, well, you created a distraction of feint to draw these people away. I'm going to go around them, and charge through them with my cavalry. So he set off to charge, but whoever was supposed to do the feint didn't get the message, and it didn't happen. So he ended up charging right between the batteries, and consequently that's when he was buried out in the middle of the parkway.
You should come give a speech on history of Savannah. People would come.
I totally could. But anyway, that's why Savannah is, because it was during the American Revolution, and a lot of the interesting stuff happened.
Absolutely. Well, I'd like to touch on obviously the book series is immensely popular. It's been adapted into an immensely popular television series. So you've been involved behind the scenes in that. So what would you say production-wise the most challenging story or scene to bring to the screen has been, and did it turn out as you imagined in your head when you were writing?
Well, probably for the poor actors. It was the last two episodes in the first season where Jamie has his horrible experience in Wentworth with Captain Randall, and Clara on the outside is desperately trying to save him and so forth. So that was very difficult for them to do, but they did it fantastically, just amazingly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and yeah, acting, makeup, etc. was just perfect end to end. They went through 2 or 3 script rewrites, but they all do.
Yeah.
And yeah, everybody was very on board with it, very committed to getting it right.
Well, you had one cameo in the show yourself,
I did.
and you worked with some dialect coaches. So would you say you've got your Scottish accent down now?
I can do it in writing much better, but yes, actually, evidently, I had like one line, but I did have half an hour with the dialect coach, and I was in Glasgow, and we went out to dinner with my son-in-law, who's Scottish, and my daughter. And she was telling me, she said, say your line for you. So I did. She said, it's actually good. I said, I'm surprised, but gratified to hear that.
Well, I thought you did a great job too.
Well, thank you.
Well, Diana, one last question because you have people waiting for you.
Sure.
No signs of slowing down, right?
No.
I thought I knew the answer to that, and I wanted to reassure your fans.
Yeah, so life gets more complicated by the day, but it's not stopping any.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Well, if you want to read more about the Savannah Book Festival, we've got interviews and more at savannahnow.com.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Very nice.